Hello there, everyone. You know who I am, E.T. Templar, Alien Crusader from Beyond the Heavens, here to entertain and destroy through the power of me magic. And in today's video, I'm giving my opinion on this. This is Coach Red Pill. He's a notorious character. He claims to be like this life coach for, the young men and boys who didn't have a father, and he's probably given some of the shittiest advice I've ever seen a grown man give to the younger men. And this guy thinks he's like this big brain philosopher, like political advisor, just this big brain guy. Yet he's been missing for some time. I think it's been missing for 6 days now. And a lot of people are alleging that he's dead. He's been captured by Ukrainian, secret service or Ukrainian state police, which could very well be. But this is Coach Red Pill we're talking about here. This is I think, I believe he's still alive. I think this is a publicity stunt. This is a guy who, I don't know, he's too much of a turd. No offense, he's just too much of a turd to go out like that. But then again, on the flip side of this, it must be said that if you're living or being a guest of a host country, and that host country goes to war with another country, and then you give homage or service or word of mouth to the Russians and Chechens, and you try and twist this propaganda narrative as truth and facts, of course the state authorities and people are going to want you dead because you're bad-mouthing and shit-talking the country. And sure, with some of his opinions right and factual, sure, but there are times, especially if you're living in a country that doesn't really give a shit about human rights, that has a track record of banning political parties and, torturing and killing political dissidents. In my mind, that wouldn't be smart to, kind of go against the grain or the current of the river, right? And it's like the same thing when journalists go to Turkey and they shit talk Erdogan, and then they get thrown in prison and tortured. We're journalists, we have human rights. Guess again, idiot. You should have. Yes, there's freedom of speech and there's universal human rights, but when you're in places of authoritarianism or political extremism or political heavy-handedness, you're going to be thrown in prison for even stating facts and opinion. And it's going to get to that point like the United States. It's already getting there. You can't even mention specific things on YouTube without YouTube kicking your ass off platform. Or you can't mention things on Twitter and other platforms without being removed. So it's just unfortunately, unfortunate reality is, Coach Red Pill is this big fucking intellectual guy. But then again, he shoots his mouth off in a country that's known to allegedly violate human rights, because I don't have any hard evidence. I have to say allegedly. And if you give homage to Chechens, which are kind of just a warmongers mercenary group of people, culturally, the host country, Ukraine and Zelensky, they're not going to like that much. So it's just a little weird. I still humbly believe that CRP is alive, and I do not want to wish death on the guy or harm in any way, shape, or form, even though I think he's like a turd. But it just seems too coincidental, right? It just seems like this is another publicity stunt, and CRP in the past has covered and said heinous shit just to get a reaction, and just because he knows it's going to get a reaction. He's I wouldn't say he's a troll, but he's an opportunist. And of course, him being missing for 6 days, he knows it's going to rile people to talk about him. People are going to look him up. They're going to look up, his channel on YouTube, CRP, and his coach is Gonzalo Lira channel, because he's smart in that sense. So I will tip my hat to him in that manner. And he's had pretty decent success, but he's had a shady past. I think there was one time where he was supposed to release a book So he funded, like, I think it was $25,000, and he didn't release a book. Instead, he hired, like, high-class prostitutes, and no one ever saw a fucking book. I think there's, like, 2 people who got a, like, rough copy of his book, Wilshire Boulevard, but other than that, he hasn't released it. So, he's a unique individual. I'll just, if I'm going to be diplomatic here, he's a unique guy, unique content creator, and I think he's yanking our chains here, or at least I hope so. And like in closing, like I hope CRP and I hope Gonzalo Lira is okay. Again, I'm not like gonna be one of these like garbage tier trash humans that say like, yeah, he's dead, yeah, I'm happy. That's just fucked up, regardless of, you know, political opinion or your adversarial nature. That's I don't know. That seems kind of scummy in my mind. So, I mean, if it does turn out that he is in some Ukrainian, like, black site somewhere, like, that would fucking suck. Or if he has, in fact, been executed by Azov or whatever the horseshit story is. That's another thing. If you research this, there's, like, 25 different stories out there. Some people say he's sick. Some people said he was beheaded by Azov Battalion. So I think that... I don't know if it's just his community, like, stirring stories and turning this out to be some immaculate shit. The real reality is he probably lost his cell phone, or he's, like, in another country, or he's on his way to leaving the country, and he just hasn't had internet access for a while. That's what I think the true story is, and he's just milking this for grifts and attention and exposure. That's what I think this is. This is what I hope the case is. Because that would fucking suck to see another fellow content creator be tortured or even tortured to death over, you know, even him stating facts or truths or his opinion, regardless of whatever side of the aisle you're on, Ukraine or Russian. So that'd be pretty shitty. So I think he's alive. I think he's playing a game. I think this is kind of a con. And bravo. I mean, if this is a troll, like, from CRP, it's just masterclass of trolling, masterclass of bullshittery here. That's what I hope so anyway. So, yeah, I'll end this video here. Hopefully you found this interesting, and I hope CRP, Coach Red Pill, is okay. And see you guys next time. Take it easy. God bless. Stay happy. Stay healthy. And hang in there, CRP, if you are, in fact, in some Ukrainian hellscape prison dark side, man. That, I mean, this does turn out to be something serious, that would fucking suck. End of story, regardless of whoever you are.